the T-Wolves exiting the playoffs like that? Like, what was your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion is that first of all, I think, or my opinion is that the T Wolves got further than anybody expected. I don't think anybody
Yeah,
expected them to get to the
yeah,
Western
especially
Conference
us.
Finals, especially us. Well, maybe you, but like me a little bit, me a tiny bit, me a tiny bit. But no, but they were my first choice. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
Like for some reason, I'm always watching our old videos, and I had Denver and Dallas in the Western Conference Finals. So Timberwolves were definitely a shock. They just got to make a couple of tweaks, man. They'll be back. They'll be back. I think what we saw was, it gave their front office an opportunity to see what needs to be tweaked or what needs to be, upgraded and stuff like that, so they can be an actual championship contender team. But I don't know, bro. It was better than I expected for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much
okay, so
it.
let me ask you based on what you just said. They know what they need to tweak. Okay.
Yeah,
Do they have the chips to be able to make those tweaks next year? Because yes, in my opinion, they got further than I thought as well. But do they have, like, usually when a team kind of excels like that, yes, they can continue to go further. But if they already went further than we expected, and do you see them receding a bit? I mean, I think Ant is gonna get better next year. I think we're seeing the beginning of who he's blossoming into. But with the rest of the team, right? Conley's getting older. He was great in the playoffs, but
true.
some of these players, I don't know if they have expiring contracts. I don't know. I feel like T Wolves are near a luxury tax. So do they have the pieces to even get better next year? Because a lot of teams next year are going to get better, even if they don't necessarily get better through the draft, because this draft is looking quite weak. Teams are going to get better, right? So relative to the other teams, how much room can they make up come next year with what they have,
I mean,
right?
okay. It all depends what the front office is looking at as a problem. For me, the problem was offense. That series against the Mavericks, I
Mm-hmm.
think the Timberwolves' number one problem was the offense. Anthony Edwards, if he doesn't have that Robin to his Batman, it's going to be easier to close in on him because Anthony Edwards, he's his game is getting into the basket, right? And if you watch
Yeah.
that Maverick series, like they trapped him. They trapped him a lot.
Yep.
That's why he took a lot of hard threes and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
If Cat was doing what Cat is capable to do, I know you're not a big fan of him, but if Cat was doing what he was capable to do, then maybe it could have been a different series. The Mavericks, besides what game 5, I think it was pretty close outside the game 5. You know what I'm trying to say? So to answer your
Yeah.
question initially, I think that the chip that they have is Cat, bro. I don't think you get rid of Gobert.
Okay.
As much as people want to put the blame on Gobert, oh my God, like this and that. But first of all, I want to call the critics on that. Oh, that Gobert gets torched on the perimeter. Most big guys get torched on the perimeter. That's why guards and small forwards like to switch onto big men because
Yep.
it's easier for them. So I don't think Rudy Gobert is 100% to be blamed. I
For
think
sure.
Cat missed a lot of open shots. Cat missed a lot, bro. I've seen so many like layups where he's just Cat's 7 foot, bro. And he's missing easy layups right under the basket. And it's like, in order for this team was already not that great offensively, right? So for them to get this far without offense, or at least a great offense, was very respectable. But if I'm them and if I want to win a championship now, you have to trade Cat, bro. I'm sorry because bro, that's your value though.
Oh,
That's
that's
your
what you
value.
meant by chip. You mean like trading chips?
Trade chip, bro.
I thought he said he needs to come back better. He said no, get him out of here.
No, not like that. No, bro. It's not like that because no, you're right, bro. How do they get better? Like, how
Yeah.
did they get better? I'm asking you though. Like, how did they get better? Besides,
That is the one place where it was good but can get better, right? Because yeah, you don't get rid of Gobert because he does a lot for you, and yeah, he just got exposed. Well, I mean, like not exposed, but strategically got taken advantage of in that series. Jason Kidd, credit to Jason Kidd, right? So it's definitely not him, definitely not Ant, and definitely not the role players. Nas Reed like did what he did more than they expected.
facts.
All these players, Conley did more than they expected. Alexander did better than they expected. So I get it. The place where you get better or you improve is by having a more consistent two guy or
Right.
yeah. So, but what like do you go for another big man? Like what do
I
you go for? What can you get in return?
you could go for maybe either. Okay, so it all depends, right? You could go for a point guard because you said Conley's getting older, so you can go for more maybe a playmaker. Because Conley's like a hybrid, he's like a one and a two, but
Yeah,
because of his size, he plays one,
yeah,
whatever. So you could try to get a better playmaker or a replacement for Cat, somebody who plays the four, who shoots the ball a little bit better, who can play defense a little bit better, who doesn't foul. Cat has a fouling problem, bro.
yeah,
I don't know what it
yeah,
is, bro. Like, I don't know. I guess his defense is just not that great, so he just got to foul a man. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
So I think you can upgrade that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a guy who's making $40 million a year, $50 million a year, who's a generational talent. I just think they need another offensive weapon that can be consistent with Anthony Edwards, that can kind of take the pressure off of him and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, that's what the Mavericks were. You had Luka, who was the clear cut, number one option on that Mavericks team, and then Kyrie Irving was just that buffer when like if they needed that second score at that for certain moments and stuff like that.
yeah,
The T Wolves didn't have that. Karl Anthony Towns is not Kyrie Irving. And to answer your question very simply, they just need a Kyrie Irving like guy who can get hot when necessary or
yeah.
play when it's time to go.
Very
So
true. Very true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that I feel like the personnel is getting so limited now, and I don't know, this summer may be one of the less blockbuster summers compared to others. But
True.
we still do have other players out there that we'll definitely get into conversations about. But okay, that's